Hello and welcome to Chapter 3 of Book 2 of Dark Future Dice. My name is Pat and I play D.P.
I'm Lindsay and I play Barbora.
And I'm Titus and I am the referee of this game.
That's right, we're playing Cyberpunk 2020 and that is made by Artel Games. Thanks again to them. Alright, let's do a recap.
Okay, so last chapter you went to the Avalon Medical Center. You met with Sherman Davis and Dr. Fairlin, and you found out about Jerica Davis's condition. She is frozen in place, unable to close her eyes, but still seems to have functioning brain functions. And found out that because their benefits will expire by midnight tonight, she will be moved to the NAVFAC care facility, which doesn't give her a great chance of survival, considering a lot of people are looking to purchase organs in Avalon or in Arcadia proper. You took Sherman Davis under your care, brought him to your office because he didn't have a place to stay, and you spoke to Alloy Knight and Roxandra that were doing some research into Zygoptera. You found out that there was a big shift in power that occurred after the cleanup when the efforts were rebranded the Arcadia Initiative, that put the head of research at a position right underneath the board, whereas before they were just at the bottom of the barrel. You found out that there is a data stream that is moving a lot of information to an offshore location that shuts down between midnight and 8 a.m. every night. You found out, you've read a long transmission between Shane Deacon, the managing director of Zygoptera, and someone called Labrat that mentioned you guys and a lot of details. And I guess that's where we're at. You guys decided to go to the NAVFAC facility to speak to the detective inspector in November. Not, I guess, determined as to what you're trying to accomplish, but it seemed like in the transmission that they wanted to, that Zygoptera, that made it sound like I didn't think that was a good idea, and that's not, feeling a little awkward about that. I'm not sure where you guys are. I'm not trying to make a judgment call on that. I'm just saying that
There's no judgment in the recap. We talked about this last time. There's no judgment. It's a judgment-free zone.
So as long as that's established. But you do know that Zygoptera does want you guys to go into the SZ, which you assume is the scrub zone, with the DI, which you assume is the detective inspector, in order to find something. You found that out through the transmission. And as we come into the scene, should mention that the transmission, the corporate files, all of that stuff, you have a copy of that in your briefcase computer, so you can reference that at any time.
Oh, good.
Great.
Instead of having to call.
Computer thing is great.
It's a great product in this fictional world, but yeah. Anyway, and so we are at the NAVFAC facility. Your tugboat, the Callista, pulls in with Uncle Grigor at the wheel. It is a wheel. And you remember this place. You were held here not that long ago. This is a different area than the prisoner holding. This is the area where the interim police department exists, the PCDF.
Ooh, okay. Cool.
High security, making you nervous?
So I was in here as a prisoner.
You were in the prisoner holding, which is
different.
It's nearby, but
Different area.
Yeah, you can see it very clearly. You remember being let off there. But this is more where the Petrochem organizes its patrols and doles out this sort of interim justice that it currently exists.
Okay.
You don't really know much about... you could make a roll, I guess, to find out more what you know about how it operates, but
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
okay,
Okay.
be a street deal.
9.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
So essentially, the move from when it was the cleanup operation, Petrochem was in here in a very aggressive kind of, role. They were,
Takeover.
taking over,
Yeah.
moving people out of the island in order to clear it out for the cleanup operations. Now, it's kind of in an awkward place where that same militia has been tasked with being the police force, essentially, for the Channel Islands, but it's not really equipped to be that. It is a military operation with soldiers. And so there isn't any sort of system of justice in place. There's just a group of soldiers that are patrolling, and mainly, and you guys experience this firsthand, they're just kind of moving problem people or problem things into holding that, and then they're
Without dealing with it.
Yeah.
without really dealing with it.
Okay. I turn to Barb and I say, what's our plan of attack here?
We're not attacking anyone, first of all. We just need
Oh, you're right. That's a
we need to
violent.
talk, like, you need to calm down.
I
We
wasn't
just need to
planning on
find them.
attacking. It's just it's a saying.
We need to see if anyone knows where the office of Detective Higgins is.
Are we just
November
gonna
Higgins.
like our thing right now is import export? How do we explain that we're looking into this right now? Like, do we confide in November Higgins, or
I'd say we tell her certain details, but not everything. Like,
Okay.
it's been brought to our attention from, weird sources.
because what we could do is we could go in there and be like, we work for Zygoptra and see if that gets a reaction. We technically
Could.
do.
But we do that all the time, and I'm saying maybe we should try not doing that this time.
All right. I mean, okay. If you have an idea how you take the lead on this
Okay.
one.
So,
That's
I
the new
guess we
DP
just-
is like you take the lead.
Really? Okay.
can I use my perception to see if there's an office or something?
Just
a
looking
front
around?
desk? Yeah.
For sure. In fact, I won't make you roll for it because there
Okay.
are like maps and directions to various offices.
Okay.
And you know that she's a detective inspector.
So I guess we go to the detective section.
Yeah. You find out that it's fairly small. Again, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like this is set up to be a
Permanent,
police
yeah.
force. So there's only a sort of small kind of area in the sort of basement of this place where the detective inspector's offices are, and it's fairly easy to find November Higgins without having to... you do have to check in, though, and leave your weapons. You can't take them into this area, or you could just leave them in the boat.
I'll just leave them in the boat.
We'll leave them in the boat. Yeah. We don't want to.
All right, but you still have to go through security
Yeah,
scanners and
yeah.
that kind of thing, and Barb does get flagged for having
The
illegal cybernetics.
Cybernetics,
Yeah.
my
But
finger.
they don't really do anything about that.
No. Okay.
Really? Okay. Okay. So she's just able to use her whip thing.
I mean, they're not, it seems like
Well, we're
they
not
don't really know what to
hostiles.
do about
Yeah.
it, you know?
Okay.
So
Interesting.
they're just kind of like, okay.
All right. So yeah,
Go
we
in,
go
I
and
guess.
we find Detective Higgins.
Okay, you find Detective Higgins at their office. Young woman, roughly mid-30s, ginger, sitting behind a desk. She's dressed differently from the Petrochem soldiers. She wears basically a sweater vest uniform with a Petrochem patch on it. She's doing paperwork behind a desk, and you can, if you want to, attempt to gather information with your eyes or that kind of thing
Sure.
if you have specific questions, I guess, or that might end up being rolls, or you can go directly to talk to her, but she doesn't notice you right away.
I'll just do a quick perception.
What are you trying to, I guess, do? Because there's awareness where you're just trying to like look her over and try to figure things out, and then there's human perception.
I'm gonna do
But-
human perception. You
I'll
do
do
awareness.
awareness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're looking for in particular?
Just kind of like what, like kind of a person she is. Like, is she organized? Is she messy? Is she like respected around here or not? Does she have like pictures of family or something?
Okay, yeah. What was your
Yeah,
role?
8.
Okay, so she has the build of a soldier. She seems very organized but overwhelmed. Like there's a lot of case files, and she seems like she's doing the best she can to keep these things organized. But again, like her inbox seems fairly piled up. She has no pictures of any family or anything. Not very many personal effects in the office at all. What you can tell is that this particular division isn't very respected because just from the location that you found this place in,
Yeah.
that it would, you had to go down to the basement, and it seems like it's not an important part of Petrochem's. They don't value kind of
Detective.
detective work. They're more of a military organization. This they are, I guess, an oil conglomerate that owns food and that kind of thing, but the Petrochem militia is more of a military organization, and their defense force reflects that. So
Gotcha.
And your human perception, did you have any specific
rolled a 4.
questions? It still might be good enough.
I guess
For some things.
I was kind of wondering. I mean, you kind of let on that she's overwhelmed, but I guess her general mood right now maybe will help me navigate this.
So her general mood I can give you is that she seems frustrated.
Cool.
Not so cool. We're gonna have to be conscious of that.
You could also make a street deal
Oh man.
to see if there's any, information about her on the street or that kind of thing. And if you've heard of anything of her.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
guess.
do that. The reason I said "oh man" is I realized that we should just bring like treats with us or something.
You left all your food at home.
Crap.
Yeah, we should have brought like something cool to be like, hey, you look upset. Here's a donut or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's mean. I mean, just because she's a cop doesn't mean she likes donuts.
Yeah, but I mean,
Something.
put that note down. Don't forget that one, because that's a good idea.
Yeah, bribe people with food. That was my original reason for
Reason
getting
for going
into the
into
food
food.
thing. All right, so I rolled a 4 for street deal.
Okay, so no, you can't glean. No, you actually, it's high enough to know that she has a reputation of being fair and not being like a stickler to the letter of the law, but trying to do her best, I guess, to do right by a broken system.
Okay.
So she won't put. She
good.
has. I guess you've heard about this in sort of your connections to the sort of cleanup crews. Is that she doesn't just put people away. She tries to put the right people away. And she is even willing to kind of overlook things because she knows that she doesn't want to send people to NAVFAC if she doesn't have to.
Okay, good to know. All right, so yeah, I said you take the lead. You take the lead, Barb.
Okay. Detective Higgins?
There's no soldier there. I just had that to represent.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Barb, and this is my partner D.P.
How's it going?
And
Your partner in what?
in business, we run an import-export business there on Avalon.
Oh, TLB LTD.
Yes, that's us.
You know of us. Wow.
Yeah, it's part of my job.
We're trying to bring in some more meat to the surrounding area.
Other things too.
Other
you know,
things, drinking water, maybe some veggies, help out with the food kind of crisis here.
We always
I
forget
guess it's
about
a
the part
crisis.
where we are also helping with the cleanup effort.
Yeah, and the cleanup efforts.
Doing some, you call it
Decon.
decon. That's right.
And salvage.
Okay. I don't know.
That's a lot to
how
dump
I
on you.
can-
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Can help you, but what can I do for you?
Yeah. We actually wanted to ask some questions. We were interested in the case surrounding the Davis family.
Okay.
Yeah. We actually met up with the son at the hospital,
Yeah.
and we were talking with him about it, and he seems to be convinced that his father is innocent. And after hearing his account, I tend to agree.
What part of his account makes you think that his father was innocent?
Just the strange kind of predicament surrounding the whole case in general. Particularly the condition of his sister is very suspicious, and I thought, we wanted to dig deeper into this.
I admit that the situation with his sister is unusual, but as far as the murder case is concerned, everything seems to point to Mr. Davis. He was found at the scene with the body. Petrochem soldiers said that he acted violently and they returned in force. The man has a criminal record, violent crimes and connections to gangs. So
Connections to what gang? Sorry.
He apparently was part of several gangs in the last city he lived in, Detroit.
Detroit. Nothing I would know.
You can make a street deal on it.
Okay. Nothing I would know.
Okay.
Let me try
I got a one.
letting it fall or something. So just throwing it into your box.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'm confused. Why is it so cut and dry? Who was the murder victim, and do you think his motives were?
The murder victim was a coworker of his, someone who actually worked underneath him. The dispute could have come from anything to do with the business. A lot of people in the cleanup efforts feel that they're not treated well, and sometimes they get upset at their superiors. We can't really take a statement on two dead people, so we may never know the motive, but it would certainly... there's no other suspects, so everything
Right. It's very
seems
clean.
to be...
Yeah.
We have nothing else to go on, so we have to assume that that's what happened. A man was found in his apartment with a dead person, and he didn't report it.
Right. See, after talking to the son, Sherman, he was saying that his sister may have been involved in some way. Based
on her state, I don't know how she could have been involved. If it seemed like she was completely unresponsive. So,
but that's the thing, is that she was before she was unresponsive, she was working in some kind of seedy
we don't know that.
We don't know for sure. But
can
this
I
is
ask
what
you
we
guys
hear.
a question? Just very curious. What do two purveyors of food have what is your angle on your interest in this case in the first place?
I knew you would ask this, and the circumstances are very strange on our end as well. We have received information from anonymous sources about this case, namely that it was a strange coincidence that it lined up with a certain number of other cases surrounding the arcology cleanup, and this one stuck out because of the catatonic, the daughter who became catatonic.
I have to say, being a detective for 10 years now, I don't take a lot of stock in anonymous sources, so I'm not sure. But I also don't understand why they would be talking to you and why you're here right now talking to me.
We take opening up this business in Arcadia very seriously. And when we hear of multiple sketchy or shady dealings happening in the town that we're opening up the business in, we start to get concerned. How are we going to get involved in the cleanup effort when there has been multiple shady and
Just like people gone
un-
missing. This murder case.
Yeah.
High-profile murder cases.
Are we
Well, if
getting
I was-
involved in the wrong industry? Are we getting it? Should we steer clear of this? And that, and so we want to get to the bottom of this to see if there's any reason for us to be kind of concerned.
I can answer your question right now. I would be very concerned. This island and these islands, this area, is ill prepared for being turned into this Arcadia initiative that everyone has planned. I've got my hands filled with gangs like the Holidays and other such problems.
The holidays, you say?
Yeah. Kidnapping, extortion. Right now, people are trying to get a piece of this, and they're going through a lot of things in order to do that. So if you're just asking me whether you think that this is a good place to do business, I mean, you would have to make that call yourself, but I can tell you that this place is a violent and dangerous place right now. And I mean, just look at the cases that have come across my desk just in the last little while. So yeah, I mean, if that's all you want, then there you go. I guess don't work here.
I mean, it's not that simple. We have our own level of procedure, and
we also have a special interest in helping people and those in need, I think.
Oh, right.
And we saw that these people needed our help.
What about this case? It was your anonymous tip,
Yes.
and you have no idea where that tip came from?
let's just say we have an idea where that
Where it
came
came
from.
from?
Do we understand, or do we care to understand what that
Means.
means for us?
Not really.
These kinds of things are
Clearly.
words that
Seems
I'm
like
saying.
we're talking in riddles here, Barb and
Let me-
D.P.
Let me answer your question with another question.
Oh my god. Here we go.
I'm not going anywhere. I just
No.
it was a dumb thing to say. So
So you don't have a question?
I do. I have a
well,
question.
What's your question?
Do you trust your employer?
My employer directly? What are you talking about?
Petrochem.
My supervisor? Are you talking about?
We're
who are you
talking
talking
about Petrochem.
That's a difficult question with maybe a lot of baggage. Do I trust Petrochem? I think that I can predict them. I think that they're predictable. Do I trust them with what, I guess is the question.
Do you trust them with your own livelihood, with your own
Yeah.
position, with your own safety?
I don't know. This is getting to be a very deep conversation here for
I
a
asked-
sudden
Well,
visit
if
to
you
my...
ask us about our tip, then it's kind of like us asking you about your relationship
Well-
with Petrochem.
So
Well,
is
let's just
that
put
what
it that
we're,
way.
we're talking about if I share with you that answer, then you guys might open up a little bit about where your tip may have came from? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I'm just
I bring-
helping you understand that this is a difficult position that we've been put in. And we would love to tell you more, but we just don't know how much we could trust or who we can trust.
I asked you this November. Can I call you November?
I
Okay.
suppose.
I asked you this November because that's the position that we are in.
You don't know whether you can trust your employees?
Our employer.
Employers.
We have, without getting into too many details, that our employer has shown itself to be untrustworthy and
At best.
and we're here to try and suss that out.
Zygoptera.
So you know about this.
I know who...
The
like I
business,
said,
yeah.
it's my job to know the businesses on
Sure.
this island, and I know that
Yeah.
you're owned by Zygoptera.
Yes, and they are shady at best, from what we've been able to glean from them.
And what exactly makes you think that Zygoptera has been shady? What does this have to do with the Davis case?
So first of all, their means of communication with us has not been transparent. We had to find out all our information about Zygoptera on our own. We could not find any kind of line of communication with them. So that was shady, first of all. Second of all, they were sending tips to us anonymously about cases like this in the past, and they've just recently done it again with this Sherman Davis case, or the Davis murder case.
To what end? Why are they sending them to you and not to the police force?
I'd love to know that as well.
Are you working with someone else?
We are working with an organization that helps people in need. Let's just say that.
Okay. I see.
And other people. We're working with a multitude of people. Let's just say that.
But it's all, our aims are to help people, and we thought coming to you would also help us help people.
Well, I wish that I could help the Davis family. I wish there was something, but I'm under obligation to close these cases. Petrochem isn't particularly interested in this case being drawn out any more than it has, and I have no reason to bring to them to keep this case open. Do I trust them? I don't know. That's a very difficult question, I guess. I'm working here. I found myself in this position. I've been working with Petrochem for a long time, and yeah, I guess I'm a little disillusioned with this process, and to find myself here in this shit show it's kind of a nightmare. But I'm trying to do the best I can, and if you guys have anything that can help me open this case or give me any kind of reason to investigate further, then yeah, I'd help you, because I don't want to see that kid lose all of his family. But I have nothing to go on. I have something that on paper looks like an open and shut case.
Right.
What information did we receive that we just go over that we can help?
I mean, this is a table talk, I guess. It's not in character. She's mentioned not by name. That's the only issue. Is DI in the messaging that we uncovered.
You mean
between the lab
Zygoptera.
rep.
Yeah.
And she that's about it, I guess. Other than that,
Also, just, but what made us decide to come here in the first place, though?
because she's the lead on this case, and because
We wanted to get more.
there was a mention of a DI in the text document. We're not missing anything, right? Anything to do with
The only other thing relating to the scrub zone, there's two other things. Jerica mentioned that she was dreaming about the
weird
arcology ruins.
That's right, yeah.
And the
And
net
there is
running
also,
stuff.
you guys had that advertisement for the mall
Oh, yeah.
inside the scrub zone.
what?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were going to build a mall there before.
Or they
And-
may have, it had been built and
Built.
opened.
Oh, okay.
It was part of the original Zygoptera file.
But the Davis family weren't involved in that at all, were they? No.
No.
They are part of the cleanup efforts. They may have, the father may have cleaned up somewhere around there, but for some reason that was included into the file, and it's the only thing maybe that could be mentioned when inside the transmission it was mentioned, the scrub zone.
Okay. All right, so we're basically at a point here where we need to decide how much to let her in on this.
Yeah.
I
think she's got good intentions.
She does, but she's also working for Petrochem. All right, let's do it. Let's let her in on it.
I'll let you guys take a little aside for something where you're just like, I need a minute so you guys can do this as Barb and DP just outside her office.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Because
do that
otherwise,
next time.
yeah, I don't want this to be too table talky.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, you need a minute? And then,
And
Yeah.
we say all that.
yeah.
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
so Barb, let's.
I mean, like, I know I said we should do this time around, but like, it's
it's dire.
it's
You know,
dire.
we need to be able to do something that we have like less than I mean around a day, 12 hours or
Yeah.
so to get
to
some
get
kind of results
something
here.
for Jerica, yeah.
And I don't know what else we could tell her.
Probably just let her in.
Okay, so we go back to November,
Mm-hmm.
Higgins, and I say there is a few things. One, the sister of Jerica Davis, was apparently starting to dream about the arcology before she went.
She seems kind of taken back by that.
What is it?
I'm gonna roll human
Yeah.
perception.
Yeah.
Never mind. Just a 2.
I'll roll then.
You want to try?
9?
Okay. I mean, she should have been dismissive of that, dreams or whatever, but that did seem to hit a chord with her when you mentioned that she was dreaming about the arcology ruins.
Does that mean anything to you?
It's nothing.
Well,
Well,
nothing.
if it's something important to you, it might be important to this case as well, because this is what Sherman told us Jerica was dreaming about.
I mean, a lot of people would dream about the ruins. It's right out there. It's the center point of all these islands. It makes sense that other people would have the dreams like that.
Do another human perception.
What are you trying to accomplish by
Is
this?
she lying? Is she bullshitting, I guess? 7.
I wouldn't say it's bullshitting. I'd say it's rationalizing. You know what I mean? She's trying to rationalize something that she can't explain.
Right.
November.
Well, it
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
strange. The strange circumstances surrounding it is that she was dreaming this up until the point when she was found catatonic at the crime scene. Also, she was a known net runner, and we thought maybe that would have something to do with the dreams she's been having.
I don't think that those things are related.
No.
She says again, seeming like she seems pretty serious about that.
Well, let's see if there's something else here that might, pique your interest. There is also in the same file that was sent to us in the
From
anonymous
Zygoptera.
tip. Wow, that
No,
turned out
she
to be
knows, yeah.
from
Zygoptera.
Zygoptera. They meant that there was also show of a mall that was being planned to be built in the scrub zone, and that is obviously never got built.
No, it got built.
Okay.
It got built.
It was
sorry.
the thing said that it was opened.
It was
So,
open, but
yeah.
now it's not a thing.
Well, now it's part of the ruins.
Part of the ruins, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. It's interesting that they would send you that. And what else was in this file?
It was the list of names of these workers, these scrub zone workers that would go missing. Some of them would have the same dates even that they'd go missing from work. And then there was the article about the Davis case, and that was everything.
But why is Zygoptera sending this to you? I mean, their official role here is to gather data and specimens
That's what we're
for
trying
the
to figure
project director aboard the Damsel.
out. Right. That's what we're trying to figure out here.
They're your employers, and you guys found yourself in an interesting position, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not new to us. Let's just say that we we had a very strange, I guess, journey from a few months before. I guess it was 6 months before here, where we were involved in another similar mystery surrounding Zygoptera. It turns out, where they led us to an investigation to the missing person Callista Maddox.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, and we, not knowing at the time where we were getting our sources from, fell right into it. We wanted to help this missing person because we felt it was the right thing to do, and kind of all of our decisions led us up till that point led us here. And next thing we know, we're an import-export business here on the islands. And
Hold on, I'm supposed to believe that you two were involved in the Callistomatics case?
that's us.
Well,
Yep. I know. It's kind of hard for us to believe that too, but I'm telling you the truth here. Like, roll, yeah. Do I roll a persuade on that? I guess.
You could try.
Critical.
Wow, okay, roll again. Wow, okay.
11.
She also rolled a pretty good human perception, so I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know why, but I guess I believe you two. And I suppose it's possible that Zygoptera, they have monitoring stations all over the arcology. They might have picked something up, and maybe there's something in this ruined mall that could help us, I guess. Mm-hmm. And if you guys are willing to go into that mess, then I suppose...
We are willing to do a lot of dumb shit.
Okay.
I mean, you're a detective. You probably know the term "shake the trees and see what falls
Oh
out."
my god.
Never heard that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's not something...
It might be a bit dated. Okay.
Maybe a more classic...
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, so... Really? So you guys want to go into the scrub zone and find this mall?
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it.
It's kind of our thing. It's
Do
not
you-
that I want to, but I
Do
feel
you
like
have hazmat and decon, or do you need some of ours?
We happen to be supplying that stuff, so
Yeah.
we got it.
we got it covered.
We got it covered, yeah.
And this isn't some trap where you guys lure me into the scrub zone in order to murder me or something
no,
like
no,
that?
No. Why
No.
would no? That's not what we do. We help people.
We get trapped. We don't trap others.
Yeah, that's our thing.
Okay. How long do you guys need to prepare, I suppose?
Like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, really?
We're just going to the boat and getting on the suits, and then that's it.
We're not gonna see what happened to Sl3z3-chan or
Well, I guess we
report
could
back with more
make a call.
information. Maybe contact Alloy Knight.
Time is
at
of the
least.
essence here. We got to get going.
Yeah, that's the thing is our timeline's kind of cut short because in order to help Jerica.
Yeah,
we-
I
it
don't
needs to be
fancy her
before.
chances here
No.
on NAVFAC, to be honest with
Exactly.
But if we can find anything,
Before 12 p.m. midnight.
you. I guess
Or 12 a.m.
I'll go
midnight.
out there with you guys and we'll have a look. And maybe if there's nothing there, we can put all this to rest. Because I'll tell you, this sounds pretty unlikely. I've seen the ruins.
I
There
got
aren't
pretty,
a lot of answers there.
I got pretty good goggles though. So I mean, I might be able to seal them even better.
Okay. Well, bring your... You sure you can wear those goggles in your decontamination suit? In your hazmat suit?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, you got me. November.
Well, it's not about getting each other. It's about helping each other. Anyway, I'll need a little bit of time to prepare.
Sure. Yeah.
But all right, let's do this.
Okay.
Thanks for your
give-
help, November.
Yeah.
Well,
we
don't
gotta-
thank me yet. I still believe this isn't gonna help anyone. But
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
Gotta
we'll work
try.
on your motivation later.
We'll work on your motivation.
We exit. We give her time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we're meeting at. I guess before we leave, are we meeting at our boat?
you could. She will go with you.
And,
I guess
yeah.
we could. Yeah, we can just skip over this part. She will probably take her boat and at least one or two soldiers with her.
Right.
And then you guys would,
Be in our boat.
Uh-huh.
We'd be in our boat.
You'd be in your
Yeah,
boat, and then
we'll
you guys
change
would
there.
both go over there.
Okay.
She's also checking, I guess, a sort of a scheduling thing to see if it
Right.
lines up with any cleanup operations. You don't want to be there when that's happening. But either you're going to say you're going to do this now, and you'll just leave right from here, or she'll meet you later. But you guys have if you're willing to do this now, then she'll need maybe 10 minutes, and you guys
Yeah.
can just have a little conversation while that happens.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
we have
we'll
no
give
other
Alloy
leads at this point.
A call.
Yeah, we'll give Alloy a call, but yeah,
She
I think
might
we're
have
probably gonna
covered
just
at
do
something.
this.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
So we're gonna see. We'll meet up in 10
We'll
minutes.
also try to let's
right,
try
well,
to
so-
call Sl3z3-chan. See
Okay, I make both of
what's
those calls, I
happening there.
guess.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
do the Alloy first.
Yeah. Boop, ba-da-da-doop, boop, boop. Ba-da-da-doop, ba-da-da-da-da.
Hey,
Hi, Alloy. It's DP.
it's Alloy Knight.
I just know that at this point, I just know that's how he likes
Every
to do
time
things.
we called you.
Yeah, just to let you know who
Yeah.
you're talking to, in case you thought it was someone else. It's me.
Yeah. So we're checking in. We just talked to the detective, and her motivation is really lacking. But we are going
We got her.
into the scrub zone.
Who's the detective?
November Higgins.
Yeah, November Higgins.
Mm.
And we're going into the scrub zone with her to see if we can find out anything, to find any connection between that mall. Remember, there was the advertisement for that mall
Right, yeah.
and the Davis case, or anything basically. So, did you have anything to report?
No, we're still working here, compiling, trying to figure some stuff out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roxandra hasn't had any luck yet in the chat rooms locating Jerica, but it's still early.
All right.
And I guess if we don't show up in time, make sure to eat that pork belly, because I don't know how long that's going to last in the fridge.
It lasts at least a couple days in the
Yeah.
fridge.
It's a pretty big chunk. No, yeah,
It's like
it's fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Do you want me to cook it up? I don't really know how to do that, so I don't know why I offered.
No, don't. That sounds bad.
that's fine. No,
It's a
we'll
lot
do
of
it.
fat on that. You got to treat it right. So, the
Okay.
only thing I was
Making me
wondering.
hungry right now.
I know. Well, this is gonna make you more hungry. Do we have like good treats that we like? Do we have? What do we got in
Nice
stock right
yeah,
now?
like
something that.
trail mix with granola or like
Maybe something
Smarties in
more
it.
tasty. You know, if you're like, hey,
Yeah.
I got this really tasty thing that you might want.
Got a lot of raisins.
Oh man, that's not very good.
People like raisins.
I guess.
I mean, I like raisins.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine. You know what? It's fine. We'll talk
do you
about this
want?
later.
Something-
It's okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about Alloy.
Have
Right.
you heard from Sl3z3-chan?
Oh yeah, have you heard from Sl3z3-chan?
No, I have not, and I'm a little bit concerned.
So are we.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
gonna
try and
try her.
call her
Yeah.
one more time, and hopefully she
It's
answers.
like she usually checks in pretty regularly.
Yeah.
She doesn't really like being like not here. So it's kind of weird that she
So the
isn't
last
here.
thing you said, she said was that she's just gonna go out and look
she's
for.
like, I'm gonna
places."
take this incredibly valuable merchandise and walk by myself in an unfamiliar island. Something like that, right?
Okay,
Shit.
so I see what you're insinuating here.
What do you mean? No, yeah, I can't talk to you.
Probably, no, you can't. It's just
I'm not
probably in
insinuating
trouble.
anything. We're just having a conversation.
What did she take? I'm gonna ask you. Why? What valuable resource? What did
I was
she?
just like the meat, just like meat cuts and some samples. You said hand out some samples, try to find
people
some people.
would take somebody out for meat.
No, she's probably got herself into some
you don't
trouble.
even need to make a street deal to know that
Yeah.
absolutely people on this island would
Would
take
kill for
someone
some
out
meat.
for some food.
God damn it.
The
Okay.
great thing about food is everybody wants it. The terrible thing about food is everybody
Everyone
wants it.
All right. I didn't really think about that. Okay. Alloy, I don't. We need you hacking and stuff, but if you can maybe let Barb's sister take over for you, maybe you should go out. Be careful.
What he's doing is pretty dangerous, though.
What do you mean?
Like going into data fortresses.
Right. So you don't think that
Roxandra's ready.
Roxandra's ready for that? Okay. Never mind. We're gonna have to come back and look for Sl3z3-chan ourselves. Keep an ear to the floor, I guess. In the street,
What's that?
in this stuff. What?
Keep an ear to what?
To the grindstone.
No.
To the what?
To the things on the street. Okay, bye. I hang up.
Okay.
We're gonna try Sl3z3-chan again.
Yeah.
After a couple rings.
Bling bling bling.
Hello, this is me, Johnny
God,
Bronzefinger, and this
not
is your
answering.
celebrity message service.
We're not
There's
doing this again.
there's a free version, and then there's a with a little bit of advertisements, and then there's the paid version, which gets straight to the message service. Anyway, let me tell you about my concert dates. So I'll be in San Diego. No, unfortunately, that one got canceled. Update: San Diego concert's been canceled because that place is in a lot of trouble. Anyway, but Johnny Bronzefinger is still coming around. That whole bit where I explain that I wrote the song that everyone says sounds like Johnny Silverhand. Well, I wrote that. I wrote my version first. I just didn't record it first. Anyway,
I whispered to Barb, she's got a really long, stupid answering machine. Hold on, I'm going to see it through.
Anyway, the people you're trying to reach right now, TLB LTD, import export, are unavailable. So please leave a message after the tone. The message service you called is full.
Oh, God damn it.
Course.
Okay, I hang up.
Of course.
So her message box is full, and I wasted about, 5 minutes of my life, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
there was a whole part too where he played one of his songs.
Oh, so I had to listen to that as well.
You've
Okay,
got
great.
to listen to that.
Here's a question. Do you know... No, you wouldn't know that.
Go ahead and ask.
I was going to be like, do you know if Sl3z3-chan is a fan of Johnny Bronzefinger?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, so, I mean, yeah. Let's go get ready, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm super concerned about Sl3z3-chan
Yeah,
right now. Right as soon as this is over, we're going back to the mainland and trying to figure out what's going
what
on.
happened to her.
Okay. So, we'll just go through a brief little thing about decon and hazmat. You guys have sort of you have suits that are comparable to the Petrochem suits that are used. Not the cleanup crews. Yours are better than that. The cleanup crews are using kind of not great ones, but because you guys decided to minor, you don't have the best top of the line suits, but you have sort of the next level down, essentially.
Cool.
There's kind of two setups that you can do. They both use like contained air that has a certain amount of air, and once that's done, there's still an air filter, which is less safe to contamination, but is still better than breathing the air directly. So the two setups are that you can either be kind of light and mobile, in which case, you know, your SP for the suit is around 15 for all your body parts. And then there's another version where you are sort of adding padding to it. But that one it's kind of like more physically taxing to be in that suit. It's physically taxing to be in a hazmat suit for any extended period of time, but this makes it more difficult to move. Your ref is -1, while in this version of the suit, but the SP is greater on it.
Maybe I should take that one, because my ref is already really high.
I'm going to take that one too, because I'm scared of the poisons.
So we're both going to be not as mobile.
Am I mobile at all? You know what I mean? At this point, it's
You're
like,
not in a
how can it
wheelchair.
hurt?
So, yeah, you're pretty mobile.
I'm okay.
You're average mobile.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
above average. That's why I'm saying I can afford to lose.
So I'll just
the
be a
one
little
guy.
bit below average.
Okay, so you guys are taking off. You don't have to set up the suits right yet. You're going to get to the location and then set them up.
Okay.
We'll get to near the location before you move in. It's not a good idea to just be hanging around in the suit. But it's also not a good idea to enter the scrub zone
without a suit.
without a suit.
Yeah.
But for that period, the Petrochem patrol boat is following you with 2 soldiers. But November Higgins kind of motions like she's going to go with you guys.
Okay, cool.
So she pops onto the boat, and you guys are traveling now to the area of the scrub zone. She has a map with you. She's like, I've sort of figured out the area in which this mall might be.
Okay.
And it seems to be an area that hasn't been completely sunk. So it is actually possible that this mall is still above water.
Okay.
Sweet.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you think we're going to find here in November?
I think we're gonna find nothing.
Yeah,
if I'm
we
honest.
know what she thinks. Okay.
Yeah, like, but you guys seem determined, and I want to help out as best I can. And I don't really understand your motivations, but
Basically, our motivations are
Just help Jericho.
I mean, not a lot of people have any interest in, stopping crime. So I
we're
guess
not.
I'm just
We're
gonna,
not a lot of people.
yeah, I guess I'm gonna just see where this goes.
Yeah.
But don't try anything funny. I've got 2 soldiers with us.
No.
yeah.
We
Well,
don't
while
know.
I've got you here, do you know of any place that really wants some food, that has some money to pay for it?
I mean, the soldiers here would absolutely love to have better cafeteria food.
Cafeteria.
Okay, all
mean,
right.
That's a good question.
Now, do you have like a card or someone that I could talk to about that?
I could definitely look into it
Okay.
when we get back.
Awesome.
right,
We
great.
owe you, November. We're gonna send you a nice little sample, I think.
Yeah, some
For
berries or
troubles.
something. Do you like berries?
No, we'll send her the good stuff. Some
Jerky?
meat.
You want some jerky?
Yeah.
Some meat?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, well, thank you. I mean, I don't
Like
know.
salami?
That could look a bit like a bribe, so I'm not 100% sure on how we can handle that. But
Did write in my notes. brought
maybe we
food
could
bribes.
just maybe we could just have dinner together sometime.
Yeah.
The 3 of
We
us.
could
That
do it at
sounds
our
good.
office.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
There's no good restaurants.
No,
around
there
here.
really are no good restaurants.
Yeah.
If you-
I mean, we
We'll
should
make
just
dinner
open
for
up.
you.
We should just open one up. That's too much work. We got a lot on our plate.
Yeah.
Sorry, I dream big sometimes.
Literally.
I also think that you'd have to go in business with someone else because
Yeah.
your license doesn't
Doesn't cover
Doesn't
food
cover-
handling. Yeah.
that food handling. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of people. That's another one. Maybe a lot of people would be interested in opening a restaurant.
Yeah.
That might have a license here.
You
Something
give
to
me
look
lots of
into,
ideas.
you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
So
As a detective, I do a lot of research. It helps to kind of know.
The area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could keep my ears open. Let you know.
yeah, let us know because we are
All right.
interested in helping people, but we are also interested in selling
Some meat.
some meat and other things.
Some food.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to my ship and get ready and get into my suit. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? You guys ready to do this?
We are ready.
Yeah, pretty ready.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, there is one thing.
Yeah.
Our friend's missing.
Oh yeah.
Your friend?
Our business partner.
Business partner,
Her
friend.
name's Sl3z3-chan.
Oh.
She's.
Okay.
I know. She's a character. Kind of hard to miss. She has a very distinct look.
She's only been gone for about a bit of
Most
a
of the
day.
day.
Most of the day.
But it's
It
unusual.
seems a little early.
Yeah.
To
it might be early.
to worry too.
She might just be on some stupid.
she
thing.
did leave with some goods, as in meat
Yeah.
and food.
Oh. Okay.
Which is kind of worrying. We're just worried about her
I
safety.
mean,
Yeah.
be careful walking around with that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of assumed that we'd be like
In a safe-
Santa Claus, like, hey, no one's gonna punch
but
Santa Claus.
You know what they don't tell you about Santa Claus is he gets beaten up by the children.
And they take his presents.
I like you guys. Not a lot of people have that kind of an optimistic view of the world these days, where
Yeah.
they just expect the best from people. But
It's kind
it's a little bit refreshing, if I'm
it's
honest.
refreshing and also ill-advised. I feel like.
Okay, well, okay, I guess I should tell you one thing that we really have to watch out for in the scrub zone is sometimes. Have you guys seen the nanomachine enzyme at work?
Yes,
Yeah, it kinda
does a
foams
whole
up.
foamy thing,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
From what I understand, it's a living organism, and that foaming up is kind of its defecation and it
Gross.
dying. It has a very short life cycle. So once it's contained all of the contaminant into its solid form, the organism quickly dies, but it does expand and bubble up. And so most of the time when that happens, it all could sort of be taken care of, but occasionally sometimes pockets of that are, pockets of it in its dust form settle into areas, and if they fall into the contaminants while we're around, it can trap people inside of it. So
In a bubble.
inside, it's sort of solid form.
Okay.
And so the thing that we just have to watch out for is not staying too close together. We have to stay close enough together that we're safe, but far enough away that we
get
could
trapped.
essentially, yeah. And I'll have soldiers sort of on the ready, but it's just something to look out for.
Right.
Sure.
Especially if we're entering in buildings or that kind of thing, it tends to be where that stuff piles up.
Yeah.
Right.
DP's getting really nervous now.
I'm
No,
just
you'll,
kind of
you'll
like,
do fine, buddy.
I'm just kind of like, I expected something like this. It can't be, it's not a safe zone for a reason. It's not like we could just walk in with hazmats and expect it all to go right.
I'm used to cities, crime.
We'll get used
Knives,
to this weird,
guns.
contaminated city.
Not like this kind of shit. Okay. I'm putting on the biggest suit for this very reason.
So the ruined arcology is essentially a city. The research and development wing of it was underground, or undersea, I should say, and above it, buildings were sort of made on top of that, where people lived. That's where the people were housed, and that's where the entertainment district was occurring, and that's where shops and that kind of thing occurred. And then the research was done on the lower levels. So what you see is a kind of a city that's only like just peeking out of the water almost, as you come in, and you're now inside of your suits and everything, ready to go. And you're taking a dinghy in because you can't take the tugboat or the patrol
Too
boat.
big, yeah.
You have to, kind of move in like almost like it was Venice. You know what I mean? There's channels of water that were once roads that are now moving through it. The city seems pretty like it hasn't disintegrated a lot. It's been a short time, but it also seems like the contaminants or whatever it was that occurred to this has kind of preserved it in a weird way, as if it was like bathed in chemicals that kind of prevented bacteria or other life forms from eating away at it. But it is like a dead city underneath the water. You can see areas where the scrub is kind of puffed up, and other areas where, the sort of damage is more severe, where the cracks occurred inside the arcology when it split apart. But the area that you're in right now seems fairly like preserved,
Okay.
but eerie because it's completely dead.
Yeah.
And it's now sort of mid-afternoon, and the sun's kind of bearing down on this area. And November and two other soldiers are accompanying you into a sort of a zone that's a sort of contained area that was once a shopping center and a living kind of quarters. And the first thing you have to do is kind of enter into that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we do it.
Okay. You enter into it, and it gets very dark because the windows have been scrubbed over, and there isn't a lot of light coming through, or there's no sign of other lights. So you have to kind of use flashlights
Right.
in order to maneuver. And I just need you guys to make athletics checks to see how you do move as you sort of weave across the ruins of this area and climb over like once ruined stairs and that sort of thing.
6.
I knew something bad was gonna happen.
Fumble
It's
it.
a fumble. Put on the big suit.
Okay, so progress is kind of halted when DP
Falls over.
falls over, and actually into the contaminated water. The suit does have a sort of a device that, like an inflatable device that puffs up immediately, but you don't really have a swimming skill, so it does take, people have to kind of drag you out.
Just kind of get like a stick I can grab onto or something.
Yeah, essentially. They have ropes and
Yeah, we'll
that kind
just
of things
pull
with
you
them
out.
for exactly this kind of thing.
And just keep going. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, we knew this
Sorry
was going to
about this.
happen.
Yeah.
Just get it out of your system now.
Okay. All right. And I guess I get out, right?
Okay, yeah. You get out, and the rest of the trip is kind of uneventful as you're moving kind of deeper into this complex that was once a sort of contained area within the arcology. And you come to the abandoned shopping center.
Okay.
Ooh.
I did bring we brought our weapons, I assume, right?
Yeah, they were on the boat with us. So.
You brought your weapons, and you also have flashlights with you
Okay.
at the time. It has been a difficult thing, though, so make endurance checks now for just
Sure.
like moving through this, because you have used the bigger, kind of tougher suit.
7.
8.
Okay.
That's better.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's more like it.
Despite everything, you're not out of breath, and you're still keeping up with November, and one of the Petrochem soldiers stays behind in order to just make sure, because this is the area that might have this scrub zone problem
Yeah.
pretty severely. And you come to you see the shopping center in its like ruined form now, and it has 4 entrances to it, and you have come to the one that was closest to the entrance to the area that you the sort of living area that you entered into, and you find something unusual right away, and that is that the wall, even though the rest of the area is undamaged, the wall has been kind of bricked over and contained with several, just things that have been lying around, sheet metal and that kind of thing. And it looks like a natural unnatural barrier has been made, and this door has been sealed shut, essentially.
Okay.
And you guys have radio comms too.
Right. Okay.
You're not speaking directly, but you're like you would in an alien movie or something.
Yeah.
You can speak through your suits, through radio, to each other. And she's like, well, that's unusual.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Looks like someone put this here after.
They built it here.
We built it here. When was the last time you were here, November?
I've never been here.
Okay.
But you were so sure we wouldn't
we-
find anything.
Well, I mean, there's usually nothing. Okay. I mean,
Shots
it's
fired.
a little weird to be rubbing this in my face now.
I'm sorry, but,
I'm just wondering if this was recent.
It has to be somewhat recent. I mean,
It's only
unless
recent.
they sealed it up before the accident, but I don't think that that's possible.
Shall we break it down then?
there's other entrances.
Yeah,
Try
maybe we
another
should
entrance?
investigate those.
Yeah. Maybe let's go to the bottom. What would that be, like the south east entrance there? Yeah.
The southeast entrance is already open.
I'm starting to get a little paranoid, guys.
What?
Are we gonna, like, if someone's barricaded one so heavily, and it's the most obvious one, and then there's this one that's open, like, what if someone's in there and they're like trying to funnel us into a trap or something?
What you see is very unusual. You see the accoutrements of like a mall that have been kind of left here. There are, electronics. There are items like food and other things. And it's just kind of been like haphazardly piled into this area. And at the end of this hall, because it is a hall that leads into the mall, those doors are also been shut and contained. November's like,
They're trying to keep someone out.
I don't understand. Like, if this was salvagers, they would have taken all of this stuff.
I think there's
Something's going on.
Yeah, I think there's people in this mall either trying to keep something out, keep something in.
I don't want to go in there. Well, we see that the main entrance after this hallway is closed, but like, I don't even want to set foot in this hallway right now. I feel like this could be a trap. Let's take a look at everything else before we go in there.
Okay, so you want to go to the next entrance?
Yeah. Nothing going on in the mall. Nothing going on in the mall. Lies. I mean, she wasn't lying. She just didn't know.
No, yeah.
Sorry. Roll20, you know? Taking a little time to get used to. So you're checking the other entrance now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little further down? It is essentially the same situation. What you see is, again, another hallway that is jam-filled with the things that you would find inside a mall, save for a few things. That has been kind of like haphazardly discarded here. And then the door's been sealed shut at the end.
God damn it.
What's with that little, the next area over that's like looks like a vent or something? What is that? A window?
It's not a vent.
It's just a bit of detritus or whatever you call it.
Debris.
Yeah.
Debris. Okay.
The last entrance that you can't see is on the
Other side.
Is on the opposite side.
Well, there's one thing we know is that Titus will not allow you to enter a building with a vent.
Yeah.
You can't do it. It's not possible. I mean, maybe there are some buildings that have gigantic vents, but like, never mind. It's ruining the whole thing. I don't want to talk about that.
No,
Okay, we'll go to the
Let's
next
go to the last
entrance.
entrance, yeah.
Okay, so November's just like, before you do, like, this is really strange. What are you guys not telling me here?
We've told you everything we know.
This is everything we know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
well-
wait. There is one thing that we didn't tell you.
What's that?
You were mentioned, a detective was mentioned in a chat log that we found.
That we found from Zygopterus.
From Zygoptera, saying that
head of operations.
saying that we shouldn't go into the scrub zone without DI,
DI.
which we assume detective
Detective
investigator.
Or-
If we did, that'd be stupid or something along those lines. And yeah, we kind of assumed that you were DI.
Was there anything in the transmission about why anyone would want me here?
No,
Is there?
there wasn't.
I
Was
can't
it?
remember.
No,
There was, yes.
there was.
There was.
So I'm not gonna just lie. What
You're not
was
gonna
it?
lie?
No.
You just forgot.
I
Yeah.
completely forgot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Can you look at it now?
There
lot
were
of-
there were several things that may be of importance. It's like we agreed the PCDF has to unravel this from the inside. There was another mention of the DI has to accompany them. They should be looking for evidence to keep the case still open.
Right. So Zygoptera has a
And
special interest in.
there's just one last part being that they said we can't be the ones to find it, whatever it is. So the implication being maybe they don't know what's in there.
Okay, so I guess
Yeah,
we relay
it's-
that back to her.
Yeah.
Those aspects.
Seems to me that like Zygoptera wants to uncover something without having to do the work, and we're pretty much the pawns here.
I just still don't understand what this has to do with the Davis case. Or
Me
how
neither.
could this keep a case still open?
Maybe it
I
has.
guess we got to keep going.
Yeah.
That's where
But-
we're at.
Yeah.
We need to be prepared. And she draws
yeah.
her weapon.
Yeah.
All right, I draw
we
mine
are.
too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Me and Barb will take the lead.
I
You
get it.
stay, yeah. You hang back with the Petrochem soldier and cover us.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay. Make an awareness notice check, both of you.
6.
5.
It's enough for you guys to notice the sort of like consistent humming of some kind of machinery. And as you move to the
Okay.
final door, it seems to be getting slightly louder.
Guys, hear that humming?
Yes.
There
There must be
What
something
could
running.
that be?
I don't know.
sounds like some kind of machine or something.
Is there an operation?
I'm getting
going
nervous. Yeah, I don't know. There's something going on in there. We got to... What do we see? Is there...
So Barb and the inspector, November, are going to move into the first room then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So inside the first room, there's a lot of stuff going on that immediately becomes apparent. Number one is that was kind of the main entrance of the hall, and there are sort of two shops on either side of you. And what you can see ahead of you would have been the sort of hallway that leads to the bathroom area. But that wall has been taken out. And now the bathroom area seems like it's been the non-supporting walls of the bathroom area have been leveled out. And what you see is essentially a kind of makeshift decontamination area. There's the chemicals for decon are just out in the open here.
Okay.
And there are also two kind of barriers that you have to move through. One, like typically you would decon into one before moving out to the next. So someone has set up like a decontamination lab inside of here that leads into the next part of the of the mall. And the hallway they've again made kind of like a structured wall out of stuff.
Yeah.
And created sort of their own decontamination area here inside the thing. And so to your left is a convenience store, and to your right is a small other store, the sort of details of which have been lost to time. And then there's also the hallway to the bathroom up ahead, and another smaller, or another slightly larger store. There's essentially, three doors in the hallway that aren't this added one that is the decontamination thing. And you can hear that humming coming from the bathroom hall. Are you going to move in with the Petrochem soldier?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Oh,
There's just like chemicals in here.
okay. And I guess I move in.
Okay, all four of you are in this hall. There are three doors and then the bathroom hallway. Three man-made doors, the bathroom hallway, and then the sort of decontamination barrier that's been made. That it leads to another decontamination barrier. You can see through it because it's like see-through. But then the next area, the next sort of thing is the man-made wall and it's, zip up, zip in kind of situation.
Should we check those doors before we go? I mean, that's obviously the entrance into the next section. But
yeah, maybe we just check out the bathroom or something.
I mean, the bathroom is the decontamination area. I'm talking about the
but
other areas.
You could just move over to be able to see it.
Yeah. I just
Okay,
want to
well,
know what the source of the humming is.
It's probably that.
You can see the hollowed out bathrooms. And again, this is, yes, where a lot of the decontamination occurs. They've hollowed it out so that instead of it, and exposed all the piping to use it in order to like wash down for part of the decontamination. And at the end of the hall is the source of the humming, which is the generator room. However, there's no power coming through this.
No.
So you shouldn't be able to see it. And if you guys make an awareness notice check, I can give you more information about that.
2.
7.
Okay, DP, you notice that there is a line of kind of makeshift, I want to say HVAC, but it's actually that sort of plastic piping that can can be used. It's coming out of the generator room and into the sort of decon area, and then being being transported further on into that room that you can't, or into the hallway that you can't see it. It appears like air is being filtered and moved into that back area.
Okay. I'm gonna ask November. What should we do? How do you want to proceed?
I mean, this is unusual, but we don't have anything that makes this a crime scene yet.
No.
I mean, if I'm honest, this is not what I was expecting at all.
No, me neither.
Okay, but we should go forward,
We
right?
should just keep going forward.
Do you want to check the other rooms first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Okay. Which one first? So there's the topmost one, and then there's two lower ones. I guess
the
I'm
lower
not.
ones?
It doesn't make sense to say that. So if you enter, to your left there is one door, and to your right there are two doors.
And let's check the right. Two
The
doors?
first.
Yeah.
So the first one first, I
Yeah.
guess. Inside that is essentially, this is the most kind of damaged and taken apart area. It looks like a lot of the materials for the sort of makeshift walls have been taken from this area. It's been almost completely taken apart, and it actually seems like it may have been some kind of electronic store or that kind of thing. And again, you can, piecing that together, you can see that a lot of the components were taken out of here, a lot of the things that were for sale, and left in those hallways behind you.
Okay, this.
Which is actually kind of in front of you, but behind you in your journey around
Yeah,
this
yeah.
this area.
Maybe the second one? Give me the second door. What's behind the second
What's
door?
behind door number 2?
What you see in here is, again, it's another situation where a lot of the rooms and the hallways have been taken apart, but this one is a lot more organized into what seems like an area where there is clothing, suits that are in, you know, sort of more kind of like serious kind of dry cleaning plastics in here. It looks like there's sort of the ability to change into things here. It was part of the decon where you could get changed, I guess, if you needed to.
Okay.
Door number 3?
Door number 3.
Door number 3 was a convenience store
Right.
that was on the side of the mall, and everything's been sort of like, it's been, I guess, more haphazardly cleaned out because this room doesn't seem like it's being used for much.
Okay.
So at this point, November's like, I don't really understand this. Like, why is all this stuff still here? If this, like I said, if this was salvagers, they would have taken all of this stuff. There's so much stuff here that would be valuable. It's kind of amazing that no one's found this place before, but also just
Someone's living here.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Someone's living
in
here.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
They're-
did you bother putting a decontamination station in here?
They have their clothes hung
Yeah.
up as if they, I'll change into some stuff. Then they have like a decontamination station here leading into another room. I'm assuming that room is the clean room,
Yeah.
and this is the way that they get in and out.
Here's a question: are we gonna be assholes by just walking into their clean room with our dirty hazmat?
I feel like we
suits?
got It's like taking your shoes off in someone's house. We gotta clean.
So you're gonna go through the decontamination
So we're going to go through
process?
decontamination process? I don't think I'm willing to do that.
I don't think I want to. Either.
I don't have any.
What about Nameless Soldier over here?
My name's Eddie.
Well, now I can't. Now I know your
can't.
name.
I
I
have a
can't.
family. I don't want to do this.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I didn't sign up for this.
You're not supposed to say any of that. All right.
I'm a really loving father.
I guess
Sorry,
we'll
Eddie.
just be rude and walk through this person's
I don't wanna-
possible
it
living
seems
space
kinda
in
mean.
our hazmat suits.
All right.
Why would someone be living in the scrub zone?
I don't know, because they hate people.
Look,
They're doing some secret operation here. That
they are
is
obviously
illegal.
very savvy at.
Yeah, they're savvy at
They
this
can build their
decon.
own decomp out of scrap.
Yeah,
I think they're working on something that they don't want to be found,
Yeah,
and this is
this is
their
sketchy.
hideout.
to say the least.
There's their lab that or something where they can't be traced.
So, are we going in there in our suits, or are we going to be decontaminated first? And like, can we trust this operation to be safe?
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and trust it. Because I guess
Okay.
I don't want to get off on the wrong foot with the person in there.
You can do it. We won't. How about that?
Really? Well, so you just got to wait outside then.
Okay, fine. We'll do it. I'll do it. You guys, November.
Is there like a
Soldier,
doorbell
you
or
don't
something we can ring?
do it. Doorbell.
Has anything I described so far made you think that there might be a doorbell?
No.
All right.
I'm sorry, that sounded mean.
No.
the
I
answer's no.
was joking, and I was caught on the joke.
I mean, I guess you could do an awareness. I should have made you roll, but don't.
It's too late now.
Yeah, there's none. There's no doorbell or anything like that.
No way to contact the person inside.
Okay, we're gonna do this thing then.
So you're going through decon.
I'm gonna go through decon.
Okay, you're gonna take it and go first.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to change into. The only thing you have is like there's like a sort of a bodysuit that goes on, underneath the decon suit. So you can be in that, but you can't wear kind of soft fibers or anything like that inside of your decon suit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go through decon. I guess just everybody make a very important
Stop! Don't say that.
hygiene and wardrobe and
Wardrobe and style. Oh my god.
What am I rolling first?
style. Whatever you want, hygiene or wardrobe and style.
All right, I'll roll hygiene.
Hygiene. I got.
Doesn't really matter, but
I got a 10
Is this a 6
on
or
hygiene.
9?
6.
Okay, 6.
I got a 10 on hygiene. Let's see,
Okay.
wardrobe and style. 5. Okay, so that's fine.
2.
On wardrobe and style,
Yes.
it's fine. Okay, that's
Yeah.
not.
It's not a crucial
I'm
one.
wearing a
The hygiene was the important
Yeah,
one.
I got the hygiene.
Definitely the hygiene was the important one. And you guys are now armorless inside.
But not
Then
weapons.
With that, we have our guns though, right?
You do.
Okay.
You, I guess, scrub those down with chemicals or anything that you were bringing in.
So is Eddie staying outside?
Eddie's not coming with you.
What?
He
Come
has a
on,
wife.
Eddie.
He has a wife and kids.
He also just needs to cover your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
But he's also just not willing to. So you've entered into the larger hallway inside of the mall. And you can see the sealed doors from the other sides now. And there's another sealed door where some smaller shop has been closed up. But then there's sort of a larger clothing shop at the end of the hall. And you notice immediately that this area is much better maintained. Where you saw other things that, like, there was sort of debris hanging out everywhere. There was here it's like everything's squeaky clean,
Pristine.
and pristine. And there's actually the generator has several kind of lights that have been set up here, and the area is completely bright and all painted white.
Wow.
And you notice at the end of the hall, because one of the what you can see was once a clothing shop, but the windows have all been covered over, and one of the doors is closed, and one of them closed, covered, and the other one seems like it's the only entrance. And what you notice that there is a welcome mat.
So this is clearly someone's living here. They made it homey. Or tried to make it homey.
Okay, I think we should do some awareness to see if we're gonna run into anything here. Okay, I got a 3.
1.
Okay, so we're done. We're done with that. All right. So we go up to
We
the
don't
wonder.
notice anything.
Welcome back.
Okay, so you rolled a 1 on your
Yeah.
awareness?
I
Okay.
rolled a 3. Sorry, I rolled a 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Stay up
Not
on the
much
mic.
going on there.
So I am gonna talk to November and say, I guess just like what do you make of this?
I don't know what to make of this.
Okay, me neither. Let's just go.
Does it really seem like someone's living here? Like, transporting food in and out of this place would be so difficult. Like, it doesn't...
Maybe they don't have to. Maybe there's like a store of food in this mall
Maybe they
somewhere.
don't eat.
All of that stuff would be contaminated. I mean, food is the one thing that salvagers take food out of here all the time, but it's got to be the most dangerous thing you could.
Okay, let's just go. Let's go inside.
Go
Okay.
inside the clothing store.
You guys go first. I'll cover you.
You open the door, and there's a sudden flash. There was a camera that you couldn't have seen.
Oh, God
And
damn
did
it.
not make your awareness notices to check. You've been recorded as being here.
Fantastic.
You open the door,
Good thing I have my mirror shades on.
and standing at the doorway when you open in is someone frozen in place, motioning for you to enter inside. A human body,
Like
wearing
Jerica?
makeup, like
my
Jerica,
God.
only their eyes look dead now. And that's where we'll end the episode.
Ew. God.
Okay. All right. It's going to take me a second. Okay, so thanks everyone for listening. This was chapter 3 of book 2. And we like to thank Untitled Chapter Games for making Cyberpunk 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And we would like to thank every one of you listeners who either subscribe on YouTube, write reviews on podcast services, and go ahead and follow us on Twitter if you haven't already, and keep up to date with all the goings-on of Rocket Adrift.
Yeah.
And also, as we talked about last time, Titus, you're now including people on Twitter's names if they share our podcast.
That's right. And on this episode, we had DI November Higgins, who was named for Dennis Higgins, who's been shouting us out on Twitter. And there's lots of room for names for new NPCs. So, I'm keeping my eyes on Twitter and especially on, the podcasting apps and seeing reviews happen there. And I mean, also, just I guess if you make us fan art, you will absolutely be in this game.
yeah.
I will promise you that. Yeah. But because we'd love to get some fan art. But thanks to everyone that's been doing that. It means, it means a lot to us. Helps us grow.
Absolutely. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the next episode. Thanks.
All right, thanks everyone.
Bye.